Okay. Paso número dos es eso. Where we left off in the last video, we had come up with our new name for our alebrije. Okay. Nuestro nombre alebrije va a ser mayonesa furiosa. So we know now that we've got our alebrije's name. Okay, we know that our spirit identity or our spirit animal is going to be furious mayonnaise or wrathful mayonnaise. Beautiful. And I showed you how to add this component onto the slide by simply adding that text box. Now we're not quite at the place where we need to be finishing all this stuff yet because we haven't even included all of the necessary elements, right? Just like on your name tent, you need to have your name in Spanish, tu nombre en español, el significado or the meaning, and tu nombre en inglés. Okay, so tu nombre en inglés will also be included there as well. So your name in English. Okay, so let's take a look here at what we're doing in order to make that happen. Just like what we did to add this element of adding your Spanish name, we're going to use the same type of thing to add your meaning and stuff like that. Okay, as we figured out when we did our last slide, to simply add more text, you're just going to use this text box button up here and then click anywhere within the slide. Okay, so then you should be able to type, and we figured out that mayonesa furiosa translates to wrathful mayonnaise. Oh shoot, I don't know how to spell that. Okay, looks like I did okay. So that's, oh no, I didn't do it. All right, so let's see. We're gonna switch that to the actual spelling of mayonnaise because I apparently didn't know how to do that in English. Okay, and then that's what the meaning is. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got a text box for the word in Spanish, a text box for what it means. Let's just add one more, which has to include your name. Okay, your name in English. That should be easy. You're typing in something like Nora or Jeffrey or Ethan, etc. Okay, but I'm going to type in Senor Malo. Uh-oh, that's not right though. That's not right. Senor Malo requires some unique characters, right? Some unique characters. So that's where I've got to be careful, right? Because here, as we can see, this one's done correctly. It's got an N-ye. It's got a tilde, a little squiggly line over the top of the N. So I'm going to show you really quickly what you need in order to be able to type things like that, those special characters, okay? So I'm going to put my cursor back so it's blinking right before that N. I'm going to delete that N because it's not what we need. We don't need an N-a, we need an N-ye. Now I've, on my computer, got like a keyboard shortcut that makes this super easy. But I'm going to show you the tried and true way to do this every time you're using a Google app so that you don't make a mistake. You'll go over to here where it says Insert, and then you can come on down to Special Characters. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. It says Search by Keyword, okay? So you can just basically type in the letter N, and then it should pull up a list of options related to the letter N. And then you can kind of look here and see if you can find what you're looking for. Nope, none of those really look like what I need, okay? So if that's the case, that didn't do you very well. You can use this space to, with your mouse, simply draw what it is that you need, okay? So we did the best we could. And then if we come over here, it makes it bigger. Do we want a Latin N with a tilde? Yep, that looks good, okay? Once you've clicked on it, you'll notice that it's now in your slide. Beautiful, 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 okay? Now we got lucky with the name Mayonesa Furiosa that there was no accents or anything like that. But what if your name did need an accent, right? What if your name needed an accent because you chose to be like an athletic plant? So then you were, oops, so then you were planta atletica. You looked up that word, okay, for athletic, you would know that this E that I've highlighted needs to have an accent mark over it. If that's the case, we need to make sure we can go and do that. So the same way that I added a tilde over the N, we can do that by clicking Insert, Special Character, and then we can add that special character. So we can look that up by just, again, searching the letter E. And then we can pick from the list here. Do we have E with an accent? Perfect. We can add it that way. Or we can, like I showed you before, add it by doing it like this, okay? And then picking it from the list. So you need to actually click in order to add it. So I added it both ways. You can see that the result is the same. We only need one for planta atletica. So with Spanish, things that we need to be aware of as far as characters that we need to insert, okay? Things that we need to insert would be things with accent marks, but also some inverted punctuation, right? So we might need to do things like, oops, we might need to do things like the letter A with an accent, okay? So we can add that. We might need to do things with like the letter E with an accent, so we can add that. We might need to do the letter I with an accent, so we can add that. O with an accent, so we can add that. U with an accent, so we can add that, making sure we're noticing that one is capital, one is lowercase, right? But then there's also things like an inverted question mark. So we can do our best to draw that and add that, and an inverted exclamation point. So let's see, these ones are always tricky. So do we want the letter I? No, we want the inverted exclamation point, okay? So now you can see all of those symbols that I've needed, okay, should show up on when you start to type them, okay? So, well, I've added the exclamation point there, okay? So we said again that my name was Leonesa Furiosa. All right. That is step 2, which is going to include inserting text boxes into your slide and adding appropriate accent marks and symbols where necessary. Okay, so watch that one for that.